Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to Coffee with Craig, where we talk about all things firearms, firearms policy, politics, culture, media, you name it. We're talking about it right here on Coffee with Craig. So please take a moment, like and share the program so that your friends can know where the conversation is taking place. Also, if you have not already done so, please remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And in the case of Facebook and YouTube, make sure that you hit the notification button. That way you'll be notified as soon as we go live, and you can participate in the live chat as the program is going on. Also, visit fpcgear.com. It is the place to go to get all of your Pro 2A swag. It's the spot. We got t-shirts, we got coffee mugs, hoodies, stuff for the office, stuff for the home, you name it. It's all there. And the best part is every dollar that you spend goes right back into the fight for a right to keep and bear arms, so you can support the Second Amendment and you can look good doing it. That's fpcgear.com. All right, you see that we are still here in Detroit. Day 2 in Detroit.
Villa Detroit,
right?
Detroit.
We are still here in Detroit, and we are here with Rick Ector and the folks from LAID, because Rick is trying to make sure that the goal was 1,500 women getting laid in Detroit.
Absolutely, man.
That's legally armed in Detroit.
And you don't need much more than 1,500 to have them all get laid, right?
No, you don't. No, you don't. Not at all. But so I will tell you. So the goal was 1,500.
Yes, sir.
And I just have to say, I think you were based on what we've seen, you were a little modest in your goal.
Well, maybe, man. I mean, the thing is, you never know what constraints you may be facing. Yesterday at the range we were at, we didn't have as many resource constraints as we had today. Mm-hmm. But we thought that with the attitude and the full support of the range we were at yesterday, we were able to dial it up and get a lot of work done, and we were able to effectively educate and train 1,200 women. And, man, we were there all day. To work the event, we were there at 7:15. I probably left the gun range like after 8 o'clock, maybe 8:30 last night. We put in a lot of work with a lot of people, and we got it done. We got here early today. And we've utilized a little ingenuity and creativity, and we started doing training outdoors, right outside the gun range, to bypass some of the throttles that we had to deal with indoors, because we had some indoor occupancy of conference rooms issues to get around. But we're going for it, man. Who knows? We might hit 2,000, man.
And I just want you to know how proud I am of you. And all the volunteers and all the people who came out, first of all the people from all around Michigan and Detroit.
Not just Detroit. I mean,
right.
You're from California. We got people from Florida. We got people from Washington State. We got people from Ohio State. And Ohio State and Michigan, usually we hate each other, man. But I love my Ohio State folks. Today and yesterday, man.
Hopefully the Michigan fans ain't watching, because you might have lost some.
I might get
lost some
right?
supporters right there. But that was where I was going next. You had people from Florida, from Ohio, from Georgia, from Maryland, from
all
California,
country,
from Washington, all come here to support you.
I appreciate and love them all. But you know what, man? It's really an outgrowth of going to the gun rights policy conferences and the NRA convention, or when we all hung out in the throes of winter in February in the state of Florida. Mm-hmm. Oh, man, we froze our tails off in Florida, in a tent in Florida in the middle of winter. But, man, it was the most fun I ever had. And you know what? You snore, man, like awful.
Wait. You act as if you don't. That's all. That's all I'm gonna say. But
it's great. But I have a lot of friends from all over the country, and the thing is, when you have friends that you network with and you become friends with, like, they'll all come to Detroit, man, and it's like great. I'm glad to have them, because actually, I couldn't have done it without all the people who came in from out of state to come in and do this thing, man. And the fact that we're breaking records by a huge amount. I'm astounded. My mind is blown. We went from 814 and we did just 1,200 yesterday.
Right.
Who knows? We might do another 1,200 today. It's crazy.
That is wholly and completely possible. Now, go back real quick and tell folks a little bit about what inspired you to start this event.
It was 9 years ago when I was watching the nightly telecast, and I saw a news item that was particularly disturbing. There was this body of this woman in the city of Detroit. Her body was found laying in the street someone had their way with her, sexually assaulted her, and murdered her, and just discarded her body as if it was trash. And so I felt that somebody should do something about it. And I wasn't thinking it was going to be me, but I was waiting for some effort to be announced that someone was going to do something. And nothing happened. So I said, well, I can do something. So I called up a lot of friends of mine, about 5 of them. We took to social media and we said, hey, meet us at this gun range and we'll pay for everything. We'll teach you how to shoot. And next thing you know, man, that 50, it turned into 100, 200, 300, 400, 600, 700. Last year, 814. Yesterday, 1,200 yesterday.
Right.
And who knows? We might even get another 1,200 today. So, man, it would blow my mind if we did 2,400 over the weekend.
Well, you know,
it would blow my mind.
I will tell you, and I was talking with Tanisha earlier, and you know, one of the things I noted with her was it's like how you're a man of action, right? Mm-hmm. Something happens and you're like, okay, I got to do something about it. Like how you got into gun rights in the first place. How'd that happen?
I got robbed parking my car in my driveway. Yeah, I know, man. It's funny. It's funny now. And it's funny when I talk about it. But it wasn't funny at all when I had those 2 rascallions put that gun in my face. Mm-hmm. But I had a decision to make. Do I do nothing and possibly get robbed next week? Or do I just walk away from my house like a lot of crime victims do and say, okay, I'm done with it. I'm just going to walk away and lose all my equity and just go to some nice area, wherever that is. So I said, no, I'll investigate this whole owning a gun thing. I'll get a permit and I'll protect myself and I'll keep all my equity in my house. And you know what? It's like a rabbit hole, Alice in Wonderland, man. Once you start carrying a gun, you get your carry permit and you say, well, gee, I love this right to keep and bear arms, so what is it that I can do to contribute to fighting for gun rights and ensure that it exists for the next generation, you know, for my children? And next thing you know, you're going across the country, you're having coffee with Craig, Mike P, you know, and my guys all over the state in Florida, man. Hey, it's just a love fest, man. And we're all fighting for the right to keep and bear arms and to preserve freedom for at least another generation, man.
All rights, all the time, for all people. Y'all know that's FPC's motto. All rights, all the time. So, all right. So in this event, here's something that I noted that was interesting. So, I talked with a lot of women who shot, and what I found was interesting was not everyone was a first time shooter.
Okay, they don't have to be.
But what I found was that the more that they had gone shooting, the more likely they were, or the more likely they were to really focus on and talk about the Second Amendment and believe that
it's
how
important
the importance of the Second
Amendment.
Amendment.
It's a pathway. It's that rabbit hole, man. Once you take that first step, you're on that formulaic model for storytelling. You live a regular, normal, unassuming life, and then all of a sudden something happens, and it starts you on this epic, heroic journey. And next thing you know, you're going to places you've never gone. You're talking to people you never talked to. You're doing things you never did. And then you find yourself at a crossroads where a major decision needs to be made. And then you learn something. You grow from it. You face trials and tribulations. And then you ultimately succeed. Maybe not necessarily immediately, but ultimately you prevail. You come back victorious. You're hailed as the hero. And you help everyone else learn what you discovered, man. It's a great formula.
I'm excited because we're seeing people, and what I also like is the women. Most of them here, many of them here, are not the demographic that when you think of Second Amendment advocates, you're not thinking of
Detroit, Michigan.
Detroit, Michigan. Black sisters in Detroit, Michigan.
Oh man, sisters in Detroit are packing.
Yes.
Latinas in Detroit are packing.
Yep.
Everybody's packing, man. Bad guys beware.
Yes, and what's funny is they get it. They get the idea that if there's an increased likelihood, and people know that there's an increased likelihood that they can defend themselves, there's also a greater likelihood that criminals are going to leave them alone.
Probably, maybe bad guys might rethink their vocation of choice. Maybe instead of armed robbery, rape, and murder, maybe they'll write bad checks or something. I don't know, don't care.
Dude.
I just want to protect people against physical violence, harm, murder, death, and mayhem.
I will tell you, I was talking to a couple of sisters who were like, they want to get in, they want to start open carry.
Okay.
They like, because for that very reason, they like, look, I just want them to know. They decide they're going to mess, they going to get some.
All I say is make sure that training is up to snuff because somebody might try them, and you know what? They put your life in imminent danger of great bodily harm, sexual assault, or death. They have the lawful right to defend themselves.
Well, and that was the other thing, was that so many of them focused on, number one, what made them feel comfortable was that the training that they got. But they also recognized they want more training.
And that takes you down that heroic journey, man, that rabbit hole.
You can't be around firearms trainers. You can't be around the gun culture and not get 2A culture.
It will change your life.
Yeah, it will change mine.
You will go places you've never been. Have you ever been to Detroit before?
No, it was my first time.
I rest my case. What brought you to Detroit? Guns.
Oh, you did.
Guns,
you did.
gun rights.
Let's be clear. What brought me to Detroit was my brother here, Rick, busted me out on Facebook saying, "What's the brother got to do to get interviewed on Coffee with Craig?"
I just want to be on like the hottest, fastest growing talk show in the gun community.
Flattery will get you everywhere.
That's all I wanted. I mean, if that's what I had to do to get on the show, fine. Mission accomplished. I prevailed. I won. I'm here having coffee, literally and figuratively with Craig.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. All right, so, man, look, I will say this. One of the things about bringing people from all over the country from every different state is, you got a lot of people now who want this where they're from.
That's what I want.
Right.
I want to go national, man.
All right.
I want to do it.
So
you know what? I want to do it in Florida. You know what? I am so emboldened. I want to do it in California. Right. Can I do something like this in your area, in your neck of the woods?
We could do this in California.
We can make it happen.
We can make it happen.
Okay, I'm saying.
Look.
They'll probably televise it in California.
I already know who to go to. We got to make this thing happen. But look, I just want you to know how proud of you I am. I mean, this is just phenomenal. Number two, I want you to know.
You know what? I'm honored that you came.
Oh, how could I know?
California is a long way, man. I'm honored that you got on a plane.
I'm glad I didn't have to walk.
You touched down. Right, you didn't have to walk. You touched down. You brought the show on the road to Detroit, man.
Yeah.
Glad you're here, man.
Yeah. So,
and we're going to have a great meal tonight. I don't know where we're going out to dinner, but we're all going to have a great meal somewhere tonight. Eat something, man.
I am very much looking forward to it. So do me a favor real quick. Tell the folks how can they follow you, follow the work of Lade. How can they get a hold of you if they want to learn how to do this in their community?
Oh, man, there's a lot of avenues to reach me. My blog is legallyarmedindetroit.com. My website is detroitccw.com. Over 2,200 videos on YouTube. My handle is Rick Ector, Detroit CCW. Instagram, Twitter, blogger. I'm on everything. Just Google me, and I swear to God, you cannot miss me.
Sir, thank you so very much. Very much appreciate you. Looking forward to hanging out with you tonight.
Oh, man, we're going to have a great meal somewhere.
Oh, yes.
We're going to eat.
It is going to be on. Anyway, folks, ladies and gentlemen, the gentleman who is helping over 1,500 women get laid, that would be Mr. Rick Ector of Lade. God, I love saying that. I don't know why it's so... Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Rick Ector. All right. All right, folks. Hey, that's going to be it for this edition of Coffee with Craig. We very much appreciate you guys tuning in. We appreciate you liking and sharing the program. Telling your friends about the Firearms Policy Coalition. We are the home in the fight for civil rights. Got to use them or you're going to lose them. You guys take care.
If you like our videos, follow, subscribe, like, and share.
Why you say it like that? Oh.